and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're regular here, you know I review many photographic, audio and video related products. Today we're taking another look at the Sony A6700. It's a fairly recent model from Sony, released in 2023. I love it, I use it all the time. I use it in the studio here for filming my YouTube channel. It's usually my wide shot. Quite often I use it as my close-up shot because the video quality on it is absolutely fantastic. So I just want to explain why I love the A6700 since I've purchased it and what my favourite features are of this particular camera, and really why I can highly recommend it. Let's get started then. The A6700 is a compact APS-C body, 26 megapixel sensor, backside illuminated sensor, in a really compact form factor, and that's one of the reasons I love it. Going out, when I do go out, I do suffer with arthritis. Having a really capable camera in such a compact form factor really is beneficial for me. I've used many other cameras. I regularly use my Panasonic Lumix S5 Mark II, but that's probably about twice the weight. It's certainly a lot heavier and a lot bigger than the A6700. I love its control dials, I love all its features. It's got two control dials now, where the previous models only had the one on the back, and then you had to turn this dial on the back here for adjusting exposure compensation, aperture, whatever it might be. Now they've got two control dials. So the actual form factor of the A6700 is fantastic, but I love the grip. I can walk around all day quite comfortably with that, and it's really nice to work with. So that's one of the reasons, is its form factor, its lightweight and its grip. It's a great hybrid camera as well. So when I'm in the studio here and I'm doing my videos, I can set it to record and I don't have to worry about the 30-minute record limit. Now, I certainly appreciate that the vast majority of cameras coming out these days have no video record limit. So that isn't specific to this model or even specific to Sony. But it is a feature in this 6700 that I really do love, and I haven't come across any overheating issues with this 6700. I usually try to do 2 or 3 videos in one go, and don't turn the cameras off in between each video. I stop it from recording, but I don't actually physically turn them off, but I've had no problems with overheating, so I find as a hybrid camera great. So when I'm going out, it's great for stills, but when I'm in the studio here, it's great for video. The AF on the A6700 is phenomenal. It's got 759 AF points, pretty much from corner to corner. And it's really fast, it's really accurate, and it's great. It's also got AF tracking, which I really do like. It's one of the best implementations, I think, of AF tracking. Now, there's 2 ways you can actually set the AF tracking on this 6700. I've pre-assigned the AF on button on the back here to activate the AF tracking. So I can use my thumb to tell it what I want it to track. If it's a face, it'll automatically pick that up, and then you just hold that button in, hold in the AF on button, and then that'll track whatever it is that you've told it to start tracking. And I think that is quick, that is intuitive, and it works really well. The other one is if you've got certain Sony lenses with a function button on the side, like this one has. This is the 11mm lens. It has a function button on the side. You can again hold that in to do your AF tracking. So it's either or with the Sony A6700, but obviously pre-assigning the AF on button is ideal, because there's going to be a lot of lenses that don't have this pre-assignable function button on the side of the camera. So yeah, the AF points is great, the AF tracking is fantastic. It's got animal AF, it's got birds, planes, automobiles and what have you AF. So great camera if you want to use it for wildlife, if you want to use it for sports, and you just want to use it for portraits. Whatever you want to use it for, the AF certainly is not going to let you down. The other great thing with the A6700 is its wide variety of lenses available for it, not just from Sony, but from third-party manufacturers. And some of the manufacturers, well, maybe all of them, but some of them are making great lenses for the Sony E-mount. Now, the A6700 is an APS-C crop sensor camera, but there's no stopping you fitting the FE lenses, the full frame lenses on the A6700. You just have to take into account the 1.5 times crop factor. So when you add in the full frame lenses, tremendous wide range of lenses available for the A6700. I mean, I've got more than I realised I had actually. I've got fitted to it the 11mm lens, so it's an ultra wide angle lens, the Sony 11mm APS-C lens fitted to it. But if you're into telephoto or you're into wildlife, then you might want to try something like the Tamron 18-300. So that starts at wide right through to 300, which is about 450 in full frame terms. So the 18-300, really sharp lens, really nice lens. That's an APS-C lens, so you know that's made by Tamron. So that's not a Sony lens, but it's still an excellent lens. Then you look at maybe this one, which is the full frame Sony FE 50mm lens. So if you want to do portraits, 50mm f1.8, although that is a full frame lens, that's about 75mm in full frame terms. That'd be about 75 on the A6700. So a great little portrait lens, that one, and they're not expensive. These Sony lenses are really great value for money. But if you really want to get some lovely portraits, take a look at this amazing Viltrox 75mm f1.2. This is outstanding. This is a APS-C lens, but it is a phenomenal lens. There being, I say, a link to where you can find the photographs taken with a Viltrox 75mm in the description. I would take a look at them. You know, it's well worth doing so. But you can create gorgeous bokeh with the A6700 or any of these Sony APS-C bodies. I mean, I've got the 50mm, the Panasonic S50mm on my Lumix S5 Mark II, and that has created a lovely separation between myself and the background. So you can use, you know, these lenses for doing that sort of thing, even on APS-C bodies. And there's been many videos I've done where I've actually shown that to be the case. So yeah, very wide range of lenses for the Sony A6700 is another one of the benefits. It has a mode called auto framing, and that's a great video feature. Again, I'll leave a link in the description where you can see a video about auto framing rather than me describe it here. But that is where you can put a wide angle lens such as the 11mm lens or maybe a 20mm lens on the camera, and the camera will automatically reframe. So as you move around in the frame, as it were, the camera will follow you. So it looks like there's a camera operator using the camera as opposed to being no camera operator. The camera's doing it automatically for you. So great feature for video, and it's a great feature that's in the A6700. I use it occasionally, but it is still one of the features that I really enjoy using. The multi-interface shoe, or hot shoe, as it's always been known as, the hot shoe on the camera is an actual multi-interface shoe. There's actual pins, you won't be able to see them, but there are pins inside that shoe which enable you to connect audio accessories, particularly microphones and microphone adapters. Now that is again great for me in the studio here, so you don't need to worry about cables. So for example, I've got the, I think this is an older one, the K2M or K3M, I'm not sure. This is an audio adapter. It basically slots, there's the pins you can see actually on the base of the unit. That slots straight into the hot shoe of the camera, and then you can put your XLR microphones into the side there. It's got two inputs, so you've got your left and your right hand channel input there, and then you've got your controls on the side. So that's a very well integrated XLR microphone adapter. Panasonic do one for their Panasonic Lumix cameras. Theirs is a little bit more compact, but this one has got the microphone holder, so you can put your I usually use something like a Sennheiser MKE600 or a Rode NTG2. They're my two favourite sort of gunshot shotgun microphones that I use on a regular basis, but it just means no cables. The power for this unit is taken from the camera, so you know, very, very useful. Likewise, Sony make a wide range of microphones that go straight into the hot shoe of the camera. I've got my Sony ECM-B1M, I think, in my ZV-E10. Again, that slots straight into the shoe. This is their tiny little G1M, I think it's called a G1M microphone. It's a vlogging microphone, and look how tiny that is. So you can keep that in your pocket, and when you need it, you can put that straight into the hot shoe of the camera, and you can actually output a digital signal or analog signal with these microphones. Very, very good microphones, very flexible how they work, but a great feature that you can actually just plug microphones straight into the shoe of a camera, rather than having to worry about cables, worrying about batteries running out. That's a big problem for me, is the batteries running out of your microphone, or you forget to turn a microphone on. You can't do that with any of these accessories because they just plug straight into the camera. The battery life with the Sony A6700 is outstanding. It uses the Sony FZ100 battery, which I've been using quite a long time now, but it is a fantastic battery. That's the size of a battery. It's quite a bit bigger than the FW50 batteries that they used to use, but battery life is great. The other thing that is really, really good with the A6700, along with the ZV-E10, the A7C, in fact, most cameras these days, but it is, again, a feature that I really, really do love. It's got USB-C power delivery. So again, when I'm using it in the studio here, I don't have to worry about batteries running out. It's just like using it on mains power. It'll just keep on going and going until your card fills up. And another feature of the A6700, which is a big improvement over the likes of the A7C, which I still use a lot for filming, is its internal 10-bit video recording. Now, Panasonic have had that in their cameras for quite a long time, from the GH... No, I think the GH4 was 8-bit, but the GH5 definitely had 10-bit video recording. The S5 Mark II is filming in 10-bit. Well, the A6700 has internal 10-bit video recording, it has S-Log, and it has all the video features you're going to need if you want to do really professional video recording. So that's another great feature with the A6700, is its 10-bit video recording, and it's all internal. You don't have to worry about plugging in, you know, a Atomos recorder or Blackmagic recorder. If you do want to use a Blackmagic recorder or Atomos recorder, you can use them via the HDMI port. It is a shame the HDMI port is a micro HDMI port as opposed to a full-size HDMI port. You can see it at the bottom there, the HDMI port, but the USB-C port for power delivery is at the top. And the other great thing is, and these are small things now, but the other great thing is the SD card slot is on the side. I really wish this was standard with all cameras. It's on the side there, as opposed to where the battery goes. And a big problem with it where the battery goes is when you've got a base plate on the bottom of a camera, a tripod base plate, because obviously, again, I'm using them in the studio here, quite often you have to take it off the tripod, take the plate off to be able to access the SD card, you know, to load it into the computer. Really frustrating and really annoying. Luckily, with my ZV-E10, the SD card does go in where the battery is, but it's far enough away from the base plate of the actual tripod, and I can still get the SD card out without having to dismantle the whole camera to, you know, be able to get the SD card out. So there you go, that's a quick overview why I love the A6700. I mean, it's a great camera, well worth getting, and it's pretty decent value for money based on what features it has. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you found this video useful. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. We'd really, really appreciate that. It really does help me grow the channel. So thanks very much. Cheers for now. Bye.